Welcome to another episode of The Pursuit of Coconuts, and today we are at a shrimp and fish farm. And we're actually going to try some of this shrimp out, cook it up, and taste fresh shrimp that just came out of the farm. We were lucky enough to be able to visit a local farm, which is a rarity nowadays because a lot of the bigger farms or corporations have taken over. So there's only a handful of these farms left on Bohol Island. They do test because it's brackish water, which is a really cool ecosystem, only because brackish water consists of a little bit of salt water, a little bit of fresh water combined to create a perfect mixture for shrimp and tilapia without adding all those crazy chemicals. The Philippines ranks as the 9th largest shrimp producer worldwide. Philippines is producing approximately 77 metric tons of shrimp annually, bringing the total production value at about around $500,000. That's it! The Philippines predominantly produces two variations of shrimp, the vename and the tiger prawn. My favorite is the tiger prawn. Some hatcheries focus on growing native shrimp, which is called uwang, and they have these long blue claws and they're really cool. However, the growth is constrained by limited market opportunities and demand in the region. The global shrimp market is highly competitive, with countries like India, Vietnam, and Thailand dominating the industry. This intense competition makes it very difficult for the Philippines to capture any market share, but they do have market share, just not as big as the other countries named. Eddie was nice enough to take us through the farm and kind of educate us through everything that goes on here, from feeding to the air to how often they change the water. Very knowledgeable. He's been working here for years and years and years. Just a humble, sweet, and quiet soul. Eddie has a child in college right now, and when I asked him, I said, would you feel if your child wanted to get into farming like you did? And the answer surprised me a little. He says that he would be honored and happy. One of the biggest things that he said he would be happy about is that the family would be able to stay together. His fear is that once they get an education, that the jobs are going to be outside of town and they're going to have to move, or his child would have to move to a city like Cebu or Manila to find a job. All right, so we're gonna have the Sherpa Von Rex here go out on a one-person boat. We were gonna try to do two, but this boat is too small. All right, you can see that the water is just so green. They have these mechanical aerators right there that are splashing the water to create oxygen for the water, because this is still water pumped in from the river, and the river has brackish water. So the bottom portion is salt water, the top portion is fresh water, and so they pump that in to fill the ponds, and they raise the shrimp. They feed the shrimp 5 times a day with these little pellets, and pretty much they go out on the little bunka, and 5 times a day they take and they just spread kind of everywhere and let the shrimp feed that. This farm has 4 ponds, it looks like, and I've been here before to do some night frog fishing. So when this is harvested and the ponds are drained a bit or go down a bit without any water, a lot of frogs like to hang out in the mud. And so when it rains during the day, at night, the frogs come out, and we come out here and try to catch some frogs. Yes, we do eat the frogs, but right now, when it's filled and the ponds have the shrimp, they don't allow people to come through. Of course, this is a business for them, so they sell the shrimp. They have a huge generator just because
as a shrimp grows, you don't want any power brownouts or blackouts in this area to happen. And then the motor is not run. And then if the motors don't run, there's no oxygen. And if there's no oxygen, the shrimp are gonna die. So we've got a huge backup generator just to make sure that everything's running when it needs to. You can just see all the life around here. See little fish in there, little crabs. Everything is in this water right now, but we're here for the shrimp.
This farm specializes in the cultivation of two prized seafood treasures, the tilapia and shrimp. The farm is divided into 4 dedicated pond sections. The shrimp and tilapia are kept separate. Shrimp reside in aerated ponds while tilapia thrive in ponds with algae-rich environments, but also supplemented with some aeration. With regular harvesting occurring every 3 to 4 months, they consistently yield an impressive 4 tons of produce each year. One notable challenge that the farm faces is the absence of a local feed supplier. This leads them to source their feed from other islands, incurring additional shipping costs. Despite these hurdles, their dedication to sustainable agriculture remains unyielding. This farm plays a vital role in providing fresh, local seafood for the community.
All right, let's follow him and see what he does. All right, we're gonna check him out. He's gonna feed the tilapia. And then I wanna go take a look at some of the machinery that they use to aerate the water. For some reason, they have all the machines in the shrimp, probably a more valuable crop or valuable harvest for them. So they focus on that, and the tilapia are surviving just fine, but they're not growing as fast from without the air.
See, they know already.
So
Eating time.
water is already boiling. They're gathering here because they know that they're gonna get the feed, so they have some type of memory.
You wanna try?
Sure.
Yeah, you punch the bamboo first.
Oh, you hit the bamboo first?
Yeah. So because they already used to it, like
With this?
yeah. So that some tilapia
From farther away?
yeah. They're dancing.
Oh, they're ready. These are all about maybe a half or a quarter a kilo size. So for the aquaponic system, Aaron says that you feed the fish and you keep throwing cups in it and they eat, and if they stop eating for about 2 minutes and it's slow, that means the fish are almost full. But I'm pretty sure this one is so much. See, they're slowing down. They're not eating as fast.
Yeah.
Some of them are full.
Ready full.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
So 4,000 kilos is 1,200,000. So that's about $22,000 for each harvest, for each pond. So that's, say, 45,000. But then there's a lot of feed,
Yeah.
and then the upkeep. This is good money. So this is the air machine. These sit on floating plastic things, and then there's a stainless steel bracket, and then there's this the bearings on a stainless steel shaft, and this has plastic paddles with holes in it, and these just spin to capture water, or to capture the aerate the water, I should say, to get air going in there. These are large to medium shrimp. These are perfect size eating. They're kicking, they're alive, their eyeballs are sticking out. And we're gonna try to get some of these with some air, but these are perfect. They've got, you can see their gut line, their brain, good sized large one. And then you got the smaller ones. And so these are gonna grow up a little bit more, but this is pretty much the perfect size that you're gonna wanna get right there. All right guys, we just got about 30 pounds of shrimp and we're gonna save like 20 pieces to see if we can catch some fish. That's just for fun, but then we're gonna Asian Cajun a lot of this one. And they have not tasted the flavors of Asian Cajun until I brought it over here. And so the team loves it. So we're gonna go home, throw some butter, some Asian Cajun, some secret sauce, put it together and have a delicious lunch. All right, we are at our location to kick it and we're gonna finally cook the shrimp. My Sherpa has cleaned this in the river with fresh river water, and then we rinsed it off with a little bit more mineral water. And now I've been boiling some water. We're gonna boil it, let it sit in the boiled water so it can soak up some of the flavor, and then we're gonna put the seasoning together. And we're gonna do Asian Cajun.
Asian Cajun.
Amazing. So we've got some Louisiana seasoning mixed with some Asian seasoning, some butter, some deliciousness, bunch of garlic. I learned this in California and it's very popular there. We're about to do this. We've got some Cajun seasoning in the water boiling. We're just gonna throw some shrimp in there that was washed. And then after that's done, I'm gonna put that aside and then we're gonna make the seasoning. We got large size, we got smaller size, but they're all delicious. And some people might trip out that we don't devein these, but we eat all the juices, the veins, everything, part of it. Sorry if it's nasty for some of you guys, but this is how we do it here.
American size, Filipino size.
Ew. While that's sitting there, I'm gonna melt the butter. Use that double as a lid so it can boil faster. We love butter and we love garlic, so we've got like 2 cups of garlic, 2 packs of butter. And this is probably overload, but this is how we like it. All right, we're gonna try one of these out. Oh yeah, it's hot. Let's pull this pot off the fire. But let's try to see how cooked this is. Oh. All right. Try one, Yak.
Tilawan tabe. So you didn't put any...
I put a little seasoning.
A little.
Just so it boils. What I would do is I put the Cajun seasoning just like adding salt to water just so it boils harder. And then we gotta take this off the fire. Oh, hot. It's cooked.
Bong init, punet.
Yep, it's ready. Nice and chewy. Lamet, very sweet.
What pa kinit timpla here?
This is good just the way it is, but we're gonna make it even better. So I just saute the onions so that way the flavor comes out. You do a little chicken broth, chicken nor, chicken bouillon, whatever you want to choose, just to give it that MSG and that deep flavor. I add a lot because the seasoning is there. So this is starting to boil, so that's gonna saute the garlic. We throw some Cajun seasoning in there, this will get it real salty. So I try to just add enough for the spice and then hold off until the end to add the rest. And then the secret sauce to make it Asian Cajun is sinigang sauce. So it's like a tamarind seasoning for tamarind soup, but they got this all over the world, so you guys should be able to find some. And I like mine sour and tart, so I throw a couple packs in there. So you got the spice from the Cajun, the sourness from the sinigang, the fattiness and from the butter. So you got a little bit of acid flavor from the sinigang, saltiness from the Cajun and spice, and then you got the fatty flavor from the butter. Yeah, so this seasoning goes well on shrimp, crawfish, crabs, I mean anything that's shellfish. So you want to get the seasoning, not just the butter. It's got the sourness. Now I can add some more Cajun.
Sir, di mo lame. Murag isang kilo naman itong ipamutang.
Down there and scrape the bottom real good. Taste that. It's hot, be careful.
Gamay. Murag edit. Yeah, the sour.
Sour is there. Oh, the spice is there now.
Sweet and sour.
Sweet, sour, and a little salty.
Samot, ang kagubat ang dagway na.
Ooh, that's some flavor right there. All right, I'm gonna get a small one. Don't forget to dip again. Yeah, right here.
I got the flavor already. So,
Oh. All right, guys, thanks for following us on The Pursuit of Coconut. Asian Cajun shrimp, straight from the farm, cooked within minutes after catching it. So fresh, so delicious. We're gonna get the crew chowing down because they're all here hanging out, swimming around this mother tree that we call the mother tree right behind us here. So thank you guys for following us on The Pursuit of Coconuts as we check out really cool stuff. My Sherpa is still showing me around, teaching me the culture, the food, the traditions around here. And that revealed Isla Eden to us, and that's an aquaponic project here in Lobok. That is the first aquaponic project of a scale in Bohol, and we're hoping to empower low-income farmers through that project. So please follow along. You'll see that coming up. We're gonna start transitioning some of the channel so that way you can see more of the build. My Sherpa here has been amazing. We're gonna chow down. See you guys on the next one.